Argentina and Canada, and then Dominican Republic to see how that game goes on against Panama. Essentially, destiny is in their own hands. After this, Venezuela have to play Canada. So if they win both games, they're on their way to Indonesia, Japan, or the Philippines. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome here to El Poliedro de Caracas. And the Bahamas now trying to get things going early. Deep three is up, no good. Colmenares with a rebound. Colmenares now really has become a solidified go-to franchise player here for the Venezuelan national team. El Vino Tinto, they like to call themselves. Mr. backing down now, finding Graterol with this easy little dish off, and the layup comes from El Windy. The man who featured for Guarastellar when they won the FIBA Americas League back in 2016, winning back-to-back championships, as well as 17 as well. Turnaround mid-range, no good. The Bahamas trying to get things going early on the low block. And now Venezuela can try to capitalize. Loses dribble, kicks out. Some more finding Graterol, good ball movement. Kubien tries a three. Three is up, no good. Now Bridgewater, he tries his luck. No foul called. Again, box out prop all the way with a two-handed rim rocker. Well, Bradley Nayan all of a sudden just gifted with a free runway, and he punishes Venezuela. That's what happens when you don't take care of the rebounds. Kubien now throwing down to Nesta. Trying to bully his way to the basket. Too big, too strong, but can't get it. But Graterol, he'll finish it. Well, the Bahamas just showing the same kind. I turn it over right now as David Kubien comes up, and he goes in with a sweet little finger roll. Venezuela turning defensive stops and converting him into transition points. Tries to go in now. Graterol, good defense. Kubien trying to push the tempo here for Venezuela. Looking for options, and he's going to get called for a traveling violation. Solid rim protection here by Kyle Gibson. Just lost his balance here. That was a problem. He should have just kept things under control, but nonetheless. Tries to go a little teardrop again. Easily finishes that one right in the face of Windy Graterol. Dominic Bridgewater at the moment, along with Bradley Nayan, trying to get things going here for the Bahamas. They want to go in the post entry. It's more now. He can light these up from the perimeter. A little bit short on that one. I think for the Bahamas coming into this game, not a lot of pressure on them, nothing to play for, so really should just be able to play with a lot of freedom and trying to be the party poopers. Step back, goes for three. Three is up. Three is beautifully tucked away. Well, Bradley Nayan all of a sudden giving a 1-point lead to the Bahamas. Kubien now trying to give this one up, finding Soho. They want to go to that isolation, the low block here with Nesta. Nesta trying to go baseline. Soho now steps back, tough three-point. Three is up, way off the mark. And Venezuela a little bit complacent here in the early stages. Tries to take on some more, can't get it, but the follow-up, and there's going to be a foul. So there'll be two free throws coming for Kadeem Colby. The foul is going to be called against Windy Graterol. We're live here in El Poliedro de Caracas. These home crowd, these home fans. We'll be seeing Canada come here next few days. Canada currently playing in Quilmes del Mar de Plata tonight here against Argentina, which is quite a long journey from here if you think about it, if you go further south of the Americas. Looking to fly through Brazil for that matter. Well, missed the second free throw. Soho with a rebound. Bahamas with a 2-point lead. There's more looking to find Soho. Misses last one, takes another one. This time he's got no problems. Soho from downtown. Well, left a little bit too much time and space. Again, he punishes the Bahamas defense. Goes in the lane now. Again, gets it to drop. Tough move again. Well, Bridgewater showing no fear whatsoever to the defense. Trying to get the ball to Colmenares. Picks up the Kubian. Soho made his last one. Again, another turnover. Well, hesitation move. He should have taken the three-pointer. There's the open three-pointer from Soho. And if he can make those, it can cause a lot of problems here for the Bahamas. Well, a turnover, good defense. Bradley Nan there, just too casual with the ball in his hands. And I think Coach Johnson is just completely perplexed on that one. 6:03 to go here in the first quarter. Beyond now, heavily guarded. Grathroll is wide open. They'll get the ball to him. Colmenares takes a three-pointer. Nesta Colmenares from no man's land. Well, he doesn't take many three-pointers. In that case, gives a two-point lead. Now Bridgewater tries a three. He's got a lot of confidence, doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound, but the foul has been called. And this is one way the Bahamas can cause a few problems here for Venezuela. It's to continuously go for those offensive rebounds. Colby, only 1 point. He missed his last free throw, of course. He was born in the capital of the Bahamas, into Odessa, Daytona, Louisiana, and Wichita State, leaving in 2014. Well, spent the last 5 seasons playing in the Japanese B League for the Akita Northern Happy Nets. As he makes a second free throw. Kubian now coming off one screen. They've hit 2 threes. Make it 3. Venezuela is like a casa está fuego. A house on fire at the moment. Well, the confidence will be brewing for the Venezuelans. Foul is going to be called against Soho. It's a careless foul to pick up. It's going to be the 13th foul here for El Vino Tinto. Kubian. That's what you got to say. Yo quiero 3 puntos, por favor. Kubian está on fuego. He's on fire. Well, he is feeling the confidence. He has to go to the bench, take a breather. Well, coming into the game, high-flying Michael Carrera. As Windy Graterol takes a breather as Michael Ruiz comes in. There's a lot of rotations here for Fernando Doro for this game. There's the alley-oop, and oh, mistimed it. That could have been the top play of the window. Venezuela now 4-point lead, can try to capitalize. Well, Carrera picking and popping now, looking to isolate. Draws the foul. That's going to be the first team foul against the Bahamas. Just look at the elevation there. I mean, look. Oh my, well, hopefully he's okay. But that, well, I think he is okay. But again, that was quite a wreck, this one, because he does go flying right into the side of the backboard. Well, Kadeem Colby heading to the bench. We're going to have a timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over. We'll go listen to their coaches to see what they have to say in the build-up to this game.
Our switches are poor, okay? They're getting wide open shots.
Hey, 1 second. In the transition, we don't got a mind, bro. He can't pass it and get it back and shoot.
Why do we drill down on Soho and Zamora? Because we don't want them to get easy touches in transition for jump shots. Gents, lock in.
Facts.
All right? We're not moving the ball on offense either. We're getting one pass and a shot. Okay? Next time now, let's go motion. Put the ball in the post. Direct post. Don't drive for yourself, bro.
Well, there's been the phenomenal perimeter shooting so far from the Venezuelans. 3 trables, Soho, Colmenares, and Kubian. What's that kind of confidence they got to have in this game? If they can keep pulling up for the perimeter, they can build a lot of daylight between them and the Bahamas. Fernando Doro, the Argentine international, Has done phenomenal work here with the Venezuelan program since Nestor Garcia winning the FIBA America Cup back in 2015. Ruiz now top of the key, goes to the mid-range, can't get it. Carrera with the offensive rebound. That's one thing you guarantee with Michael Carrera. There's the kick out, another three. Three is up, no good. Carrera fighting for the, we're gonna call a foul against Michael Carrera. Well, Cervantes had the wide open look, couldn't nail it down, but the Bahamas will get the ball back. No more fouls for Venezuela to give here in the first quarter. Nan now looking to throw this one. 10 on the shot clock for the Bahamas. We'll go for the mid-range. Mid-range is up and beautifully tucked away. Well, that is Kentuan Smith getting his first field goal for the Bahamas, making it a 2-point ball game. And Gregory Vargas also checking in here for Vino Tinto. Carrera trying to spin out now, heavily defended, almost turns it over. And the Bahamas becoming very, very frustrating on defense for the Venezuelans. Sideline ball here to Vino Tinto, the nickname for Venezuela. Another change coming in for the Bahamas. Making a change at the center roles. Nan is going to leave the game. Coming in is number 8, Roosevelt Wiley. It's a bit of an interesting change now for the Bahamas. Carrera now looking for a handoff. Doesn't use a ball screen, kicks out, tough pass. Cervantes, 3 in the corner, 3 is up, 3 is good. Cervantes nailing it. 3-point shooting from the Venezuelans. We'll make that number 4 here in the first quarter. Well, Carrera's got no option there, makes a penetration. Circus passes, Cervantes takes a tough one right in the face. Oh, Godfrey roll. Just able to keep that one inbound. Getting a handoff. The Bahamas trying to break the defense down. Pulls up again for the mid-range. Back on to get it. Carrera with a rebound. And now Venezuela. Well, Vargas going behind the back. Bit of trickery. Pulls up mid-range. Doesn't get it. Bit of a rushed effort there from Vargas. Trying to post up here. Gets by Carrera. Kicks out the Bridgewater. Ruiz takes a gamble. Bahamas should be a player up here. Goes up over the backboard, avoids the block of Carrera. We're winning with a rainbow teardrop. Takes the mid-range. Mid-range is up, and again, Venezuela no problem making shots from the perimeter. At the moment, really struggling from inside the rainbow. The Venezuelans currently only 3 for 7 from inside the three-point line, but 4 for 8 from the perimeter. Maybe a little bit of anxiety in their play. Now the Bahamas step through. Beautiful move off the bounce. Doesn't capitalize. Now Vargas has it. Vargas goes in. Sweet little move. And Gregory Vargas finishing in transition. Veteran player, played at the 2016 Rio Olympics. And at the moment, Venezuela's defense very sloppy. Once again, Dominic Bridgewater moving up to 8 points, leading the way here for the Bahamas. Another 3-point. Can they make it number 6? Doesn't get it. And that was Jose Mataran. Now the Bahamas with a chance to maybe cut it down to a 1-point ball game, or possibly tie the game up here with a 3-pointer. Bridgewater, most dangerous play, goes up. No in mi casa. Well. And now Cervantes, it's going to be a blocky call. Miguel Ruiz, tú no eres bienvenido al Poliedro de Caracas. Este es la casa de Miguel Ruiz. Well, what a defensive play there by Ruiz. Cervantes now can try to get things going here for there's a foul again. It's a silly foul to give away because now they're just going to send him to the free throw line. That's why you never want to give away any soft fouls, of course. You want to keep things very disciplined. As he makes the first one. Well, cut it down to a three-point ball game. As Roll stepping up here to the free throw line, does just that. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Venezuela still leading by 3 points. Vargas now trying to run through a few screens. Cervantes pump fakes, kicks out. Mataran, another three, still can't get it. Those are two good looks, but he's got to knock those down. Jose Mataran now 0 for 2 here from the field, both coming from the perimeter. Now the Bahamas again with a chance, but they throw it away. And the referee was wide open, but Smith wasn't able to get the ball to him. Well, backdoor play, Cervantes easily. Well, where was the help side defense? No communication on the back pick. The dime coming from Vargas. Well, the brother of Jose Vargas. Both formidable players that played for Guadalajara. Well, good defense by Carrera. That's going to be an offensive foul against Godfrey Roll. That is what Michael Carrera gives you. Both ends of the floor, but look at the dime there. El Beso coming. And then look at the charge, the bloqueo. Venezuela with a 5-point lead, just over a minute to go here, so a potential 2 for 1 here for Vino Tinto. Carrera with the isolation, tries to bully his way into the basket, goes up and finishes it. Michael Carrera, muy fuerte, just going to work. Well, he wants the and one, but they're not going to give it to him. Double team coming, they want to commit the foul. Carrera taking a gamble, they come up with it. Well, que pasa? Buenas noches. Michael Carrera está trabajando, and he says, he is too small. He can't guard me. Again, the pressure, another turnover. The foul is going to be called unsportsmanlike. So Venezuela will get 2 free throws and they're going to get the ball back. Mataran with the turnover, with the steal, excuse me. Well, que hora es? Es el tiempo del señor Michael Carrera. Throw it down, Michael. Well, 2 free throws now for Mataran. They can set a bit of daylight between them and the Bahamas here. Gets it to drop. Home crowd just getting into this one now. Well, there was the unsportsmanlike foul, clear as daylight. .11-point lead to El Vino Tinto. Well, Vino Tinto comes from the name Red Wine, which is usually the home, well, occasionally the usual colors that Venezuela will wear. If you saw them in the 2019 FIBA World Cup, they usually wear a sort of dark red, which is like a red wine color. Carrera almost turning it over. The foul is going to be called against Carrera. That's going to be his second personal foul. Carrera is just so strong. Like, he is strong as an ox. Well, that's going to be a bit of a loss now for Venezuela, as Carrera has to go to the bench, take a breather. Again, Venezuela taking a lot of chances here on defense, putting the full court pressure against the Bahamas. Oh, the Bahamas really don't want the ball in the backcourt. They're struggling to deal with the pressure. Going all the way, hangs in the air, goes up, and somehow, some way gets the and one. Well, Smith just went up and threw up a prayer, and down came an answer. Well, that is like watching George Gervin back when he played for the San Antonio Spurs. The Iceman of the Bahamas. Fangirl time. Well, fails to make the and one. Venezuela quickly get the ball ahead. Cervantes goes for the three. Three is up. Three is good. Make that triple. Número 5. Fifth three-pointer here in the first quarter. Back to a 12-point lead. Again, they throw it away. Venezuela's full-court defense. Just too many problems here for the Bahamas. I'll show you some stats and some highlights of Fernando Duro. Very happy with how his team have responded. It's all down to the defense, forcing the Bahamas to commit the turnovers and then converting those turnovers into transition points. El Vino Tinto, a win tonight, one step closer to the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Well, Bahamas with only one three-point field goal. Venezuela shooting 45% with 7 points, well, 7 field goals from within inside the rainbow. Let's take a look at the highlights. Well, it's been a good tempo so far in this game. Both teams really pushing the pressure against each other. Again, just playing with a lot of confidence. Moving the ball effectively, trying to get into those openings. That has been the key so far. That was the 1 3-pointer by Nan. It gave him a 1-point lead. But since then, they've been really struggling to look for answers. But Soho got it going for the perimeter. There was Colmenares. And it doesn't take many three-pointers, of course. And look at the dime there. El Beso finding Cervantes. And Carrera getting his hand to it. Cervantes with the dish, and then the one outcome, the two-handed jam from Michael Carrera. And that was the George Irvin-esque. Well, there's Courtside 1891. Download and subscribe. Get a subscription so you can watch the upcoming tournaments this summer. The FIBA Women's Eurobasket, which will be between June 5th and the 15th. Well, July, excuse me. Hosted in Slovenia and in Israel. And then we have the FIBA World Cup, which will begin at the end of August, finishing in mid-September. Hosted in Indonesia, Japan, and Gilas, Pilipinas. 12-point lead here to Venezuela. Vargas back in the lineup. Trying to get Miguel Ruiz the isolation, the low block. Vargas with now 10 here on the shot clock. Draws the foul. It's something the Bahamas don't want to get into. Don't want to get into any silly foul trouble early on. Well, Vargas now 7 on the shot clock. Gotta get something going. Ruiz, top of the key, 15-foot jump shot easily. 6-1 right in the face of the defense. Now it's a 14-point lead here to Venezuela. Another turnover. Well, very costly error there for the for the Bahamas. Coming off one screen now. Vargas, deep three. Three is up, no good. Well, fighting for the rebound. Colmenares comes up with it. Dribbles into a double team. Cervantes, what a pass. One more. Three is up. Oh, baby. Bonito baloncesto. Are you serious? Again, throwing it away in the full court pressure. Just inviting more and more turnovers from the Bahamas. Well, this is what I call La Familia Vino Tinto. 3 puntos por favor, sharing is caring here in Venezuela. Beautiful ball movement. One more pass. You gotta love the Vino Tinto. As Windy Graterol checks back into the game here for the Venezuelans. And Hazel Guichet, the man for many years playing for Venezuela. And Mataran goes in now. He gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. So 2 shots for Jose Mataran. It's just too easy cutting across the lane and nobody bumping him. And now he goes to the free throw line. Makes the first free throw. Well, Mataran's been a good addition so far here for Vino Tinto. They're currently playing at Pato Basquete. 26 years of age, standing at 196 centimeters. Just a little bit too high on the follow through now. Venezuela still putting the full court pressure. Hazel Guichet into the game. I'll go for another 3 and still can't get it, but another offensive rebound, but they fight over it. One of them could have got it. Instead, they both fight over it. A costly turnover again for the Bahamas. Well, let me tell you something about Hazel Guichet. If you ever remember the 2019 FIBA World Cup, go back to the game against China again. He throws it away. Colmenares didn't see it coming. Those two were teammates at Guaras de Lara, making it to the final of the FIBA Americas League in 2019, where they lost to San Lorenzo de Almagro. Hesitation goes up, avoids the block, but the follow-up, two-handed put back. Oh, Kadeem Colby cleaning up. Cutting it down to a 16-point ball game. Graterol mismatch, low block. Gotta go to work. Graterol bumps, contact, no foul call, gets his own rebound. And it gets a little bit windy here. El Poliedro, Senor Graterol, putting it back in an 18-point ball game for Venezuela. Trying to run off a few screens now, kicks the corner. Bahamas only have 1-3, in and out, still can't get it. Now Venezuela can make this a 20-point ball game, maybe 21. And there's one reason why it'll be 21. El Stephen Curry de Venezuela. That's what I like to call him. El Stephen Curry Venezolano. Hazel Guichet will go back to the game at the 2019 FIBA World Cup against China. This guy will hit three-pointers all over the court. The confidence in Hazel Guichet can be frightening when he gets on fire. Bridgewater now trying to put the moves in. That's Colby. Top of the key again. Much needed 2 points for the Bahamas. $19-point ball game here to Venezuela. Cifuentes. Well, Colmenares needs to calm down now. Doesn't want to pick up a silly foul. Nesta's made 1-3. Can he get 2? Yes, he can. Well, Venezuela are on fire right now. They cannot miss. It's like the saying, the basket is, in Spanish, el mar, the sea. They are making every single three-pointer. 22-point lead to the Venezuelans. Well, there was a penetration by El Stephen Curry Venezolano, finding big man Nesta. For many years playing for Maccabi Haifa for Daniel Sione. Trying to keep it alive, and they do just that. Nesta now in the lane, goes up, gets the and one. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Well, he's just too dominating. He is just very, very big and strong. Flexes the guns, get the cameras out, get the content ready. Nesta is going to be on the front page of Caracas tomorrow morning. Nestor Colmenares, as we mentioned, 35 years of age now, just looked like it. Played his university basketball first at Indian Hills Community College, and then went to Campbellsville, graduating in 2010, which is in Kentucky, in the United States. The last professional team he played for in Europe was UBT Cluj-Napoca. He's in the lane now, avoids the block, and I think Gratterall didn't want to pick up another foul. But still a 23-point lead to Venezuela at the moment. Has it now crossing over. Has a switch on defense. Pulls up, step back. Puts the front eye, can't get it. Now the Bahamas will look to chip into the deficit, trailing by 23. Under 6 minutes to go. The foul is going to be called. It's going to be possession to the Bahamas. It's against Hazel Gijents. Well, that's ironically the first team foul here for Venezuela. Now Gijent just pushes, I think, right? Well, I think there's actually a slip over. Fumbles it out in the lane. Colby goes up, does get the and one, but he'll go back to the free throw line. And that's much better for the Bahamas there. You know, making those penetrations forces the defense to shift over. And you want to get Colby some more looks in the block, but at the moment he's looking very fatigued. Bahamas coming up, another three. Three is up, and one, uno, dos, tres, and maybe cuatro for Bridgewater. Well, that is capital punishment here at Caracas. Well, he throws that up like Stephen Curry. I mean, that went to up to the gods. It came down with a bit of snow. That was a phenomenal shot. Doesn't make the 4-point play. That's a costly one there because he could have cut it down to a 19-point ball game. All of a sudden now the Bahamas going on a 6-0 run here against Venezuela. Eugene now pick and pop. Throw it to Wendy Gratterall, surrounded by 3 players. Still keeps alive. They go for another 3. 3 is up. Gratterall another offensive rebound. Venezuela showing a little bit more determination here. Going after second chances. No look pass. Nestor gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. We got like the no look down there coming from Gijent. Nestor Colmenares, you look at some of the big teams he's played for here in Europe. He actually played for Maccabi Haifa, UBT Cluj-Napoca, but you know, a lot of his time he's remember playing for Grados, Tarada, and the Totramundos most recently in the season gone by for the Venezuelan League. Well, FIBA America Cup Championship experience, winning in 2015, defeating Luis Scola and Nocione in that epic final. Also knocked out the Canadians in the semis, and then went on to feature for Venezuela at the Rio Olympics in 2016. Getting that plus 20 lead now for Venezuela. Well, that's the last team foul for the Venezuelans. So any more fouls, and the Bahamas will be going to the free throw line. 4:39 to go here in the second quarter. Venezuela still leading by 22. The Bahamas now trying to battle back here, trying to get things going. Goes up from the mid-range now, way off the mark. And now Vino Tito, they got numbers. Windy Gatro gets it in the end. He goes in, he finishes that one. Showtime. Baloncesto Venezolano. The dime coming from Soho. And that's how quickly this team can move the ball up the court. The transition play can be very effective. Now goes for another deep three, can't get it. Another offensive rebound, Colby. Bridgewater tries another one. Well, he is lighting it up. If he has that confidence going, he can definitely keep them in this one. Goes up to Nesta, back to Guijan, 10 on the shot clock. Hayes now looking to go around. Gets around all the way, goes up, gets rejected. Well, good recovery defense from the Bahamas. Now only trailing by 21. Well, good hands. Soho comes up with it. Soho goes in, he missed a layup. Nesta with the offensive rebound. He goes up and he misses it. Well, back-to-back sloppy layups, and the reaction from Fernando Duro just says it all there for Vino Tinto. Way too casual. He's made two. Can he make it three? Again, he's got a little bit cold here. Well, Zamora looking to go all the way. Kicks out. Colmenares, 2 threes. Make it three. Nesta está fuego. Well, he cannot miss a shot right now. And the Bahamas call timeout because the Venezuelans continue to pile the pressure from the perimeter. Well, confidence has been skyrocketing here for the Venezuelans.
We're not playing no defense. Give him a break, you tired. Give him a break. Okay? If you tired, then say you tired. Okay? Just say we tired. We run up and down. We ain't contesting shots. In transition, nobody's picking up the shooter. These are the things we talked about for the last 3 days. We going under the screen with no kind of enthusiasm. Play basketball for the rest of the game. Let's chip away. 1 possession at a time. Wake up.
We have that third person. He trailing every time. Hey, defense on 2, 1, 2, 3. Defense. It's about communication.
Well, there was the play kicking out to Nesta. I said he doesn't take many three-pointers. He's got 3 so far here in the first half. Venezuela, Vino Tito feeling the confidence. At the moment, the Venezuelans 9 for 17 from downtown. They are cooking it from the perimeter. Well, 2 from Cefantes, 3 from Nesta. Fernando Duro, he's loving it. Well, he is quite a happy man at the moment. But remember, a win tonight won't guarantee qualification to the World Cup. They could qualify tonight, but they'd have to wait to see if Canada can defeat Argentina. Goes in the lane out. It's a little teardrop, can't get it. Steps out of bounds. Another turnover for the Bahamas. Well, Hazel Guichant goes to the bench to take a breather. And the foul has been drawn. It's going to be another 2 free throws. This time for Windy Graterol. Leading by 24. Can put it back to 26-point ball game. Panama will be taking on Dominican Republic later tonight. So remember, those games will have impact on how the result of this game goes. So Venezuela, if they win tonight, and let's say for hypothetical purposes, Canada were to win against Argentina, Venezuela will qualify for the World Cup. But if that didn't happen, the Dominican Republic lost to Panama, Venezuela would also qualify. But the more exciting thing for the fans' perspective, you want all teams to win, so we have an exciting outcome, because all 3 could potentially go through depending how results also go in the other group. Remember, it's the top 3 teams plus the best 4th place finish. Another deep three from the Bahamas. Three is up, no good. The rebound secured by Vino Tinto. And now Soho will try to push this. They're looking for Windy. Windy now trying to post up. Goes the double team, kicks out. Step back, deep three again. Number 10 maybe. Doesn't get the roll on it. Tries to force his way in. It's a much better move there, more aggressive. Goes straight to the bucket. Well, that is Livingston Monies. He was the top scorer for the Bahamas the last time these two teams met. 22-point lead. The Bahamas trying to stay in there. Soho finding Grattero. Gets rejected. Well, big time block by Kentuan Smith. As now Miguel Ruiz is going to come back into the game here for Grattero, I believe. It's a slight change coming from Fernando Duro. There's a penetration out. Zamora goes in, hangs in the air, kisses it off the backboard. No foul called. And Yonad spent some time playing in the ACB in Spain. Also played in France in the second division under the LNB in Pro A. And also was with Venezuela in 2019 at the FIBA World Cup in China. As Bridgewater goes for another one. Still can't get it. 24-point lead to the Venezuelans. Kubin now has made one three-pointer. Doesn't want to pull the trigger on this one. Putting the shake and bake moves on. Kanan tries another three, and that is number 10. The 10th three-pointer of the first half of Venezuela. And they are simply on fire at the moment. And another turnover for the Bahamas as Wiley just throws it away. Well, big play now. Potential 2 for 1 for Venezuela. Kubian kicks out Zamora. Can he make it 11? 11 three-pointers for Venezuela. Somebody call the electricians because Vino Tinto is shooting the lights out here in Poliedro de Caracas. Not a turnover. Great defense. Now they got numbers. But what do we have here? Number 12, Kubian doesn't get it. Well, that would have been spectacular. Go in lane now, finishes it, gets rejected. No Mikasa. Well, Ruiz had the block. And in the end, last 10 seconds here of the first half. Well, Mataran kicks out Zamora, time, space. Zamora goes up, draws a foul, and he will go to the free throw line for the 2 shots with 1 second left here in the first half. Yonad Zamora is just cooking it at the moment. Well, makes 2 free throws, 30-point ball game. The Bahamas have 1 second to get a shot off. And again, they're not going to attempt it. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, Vino Tinto leads this one 67-37. 2 quarters away from another victory. They'll have to wait to see how results go between Canada and Argentina, as well as Panama and Dominican Republic. But they currently have the lead and the momentum here against the Bahamas. We'll show you some stats and some highlights here from the first half. But go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, as we will be back in just under 15 minutes. Second half here, the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Vino Tinto currently hosting the Bahamas here in El Poliedro de Caracas. Well, there you can see 11 for 20 from the perimeter for Venezuela. I don't think I've ever seen a more dominating shooting staff from downtown. They also 1 rebound down, but 18 assists, only 6 coming from the Bahamas, but 7 steals for Vino Tinto. Colmenar is leading the way. Bridgewater also with 14. But Cefantes and Mataran combined total of 19 points. We're going to take a look at the highlights here from the first half. Bahamas, they got a problem. Venezuela They cannot miss a three-pointer here tonight. The Venezuelans will be defending first here. 30-point lead in total control of this game. The traveling violation. Bridgewater getting an early turnover. Not the way the Bahamas would have wanted to start the second half here tonight. Kubian along with Nesta Colmenares back in the starting lineup here to begin the second half. Wendy Graterol as well as Yonan Zamora. And Soho as well. Kubian coming off one screen. 7 on the shot clock now. Zamora's got to get something going. Makes a penetration, kicks out. Kubian's made 1-3. Another one. That's number 12 for El Vino Tinto. They have been spectacular here tonight. They cannot miss. Bridgewater leading scorer here for the Bahamas. Still can't get it. Well, he has 14, but it hasn't been enough. Kubian, why not go for another one? Naked number 13. Are you serious? Venezuela, I say llueve. It is raining three-pointers. I don't think I've ever seen this much three-point shooting. We haven't even got to the fourth quarter, and that's a huge three-pointer from Roll. Well, it cuts down to a 32-point ball game. Kubian with a crossover, looking for options. Colmenares has made 3 threes, but doesn't look like he's going to go for this one. Soho, why not? 14, can't get it. Grato offensive rebound, but he's out of bounds. That's going to be possession back to Venezuela. Well, getting back to Colmenares, and he is fouled. Well, the reach is coming, and the ball went to the ground. The foul is going to be called against Robert Nordman. Well, Venezuela turned over, and a foul is going to be called against Wendy Graterol. See, that's the case with Bahamas. Have to be a lot quicker and try to get out in transition. It's one thing they could have given themselves a lot more hope in this game, is trying to be more of an effective fast break team, but at the moment it's about pride for them. Venezuela, I mean, the game is not over. It's a whole half to go here. 32-point lead may look magnificent, but anything could go wrong. Trying to kill off a few screens now. Dribbling into trouble. Colmenares with the steal. And that's going to be Venezuela ball. Being been heavily guided now. Avoids the 8-second violation. Nesta kicks out. Zamora, 13, can't get it. Should have been 14 actually, but they've hit 13 three-pointers so far here tonight. In the lane, another foul called. Now looking for something to go. 6 on the shot clock. Tries to go baseline. Dish off and another turnover. They throw it away. And that has been the story tonight here for the Bahamas. Well, they've had some good looks, but they haven't been able to finish them off. Just getting the ball into dangerous positions, but again, it's just about taking care of the basketball here for the Bahamas. Kubian nails it. Well, make that number 14. Venezuela really have started to light it up here tonight. And they just continue to pile the pressure, and that's going to be the 14th foul for Vino Tinto. The 2 free throws coming for Bridgewater. Free throw shooting, something you never look back on a game. I think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. Makes that one. Well, where next in Venezuela? Try to get these going now. Kubia made his last few threes. This guy is on fire. I say Jueve raining three-pointers. We haven't even got to the fourth quarter, and they have hit 15 triples as a team here tonight. In the lane now, looking to give this one up. Another three-pointer goes. Prayer is up, no good. The Bahamas come up with it. Why not a wide open look from the corner? The 3 is up and the 3 is good. Well, again, the pressure had been piling on. Kubian hitting 4 hits tonight. Soho thought about it. Well, 5 on the shot clock now. Soho. Colmenares is wide open. They didn't get the ball to him. Everybody trying to get in on the scoring epic here for El Vino Tinto. Goes in, another foul called. Again, the transition play. Kubian had his foot in the line, so it's not 15 three-pointers. They've hit 14 triples with 14 for 25 from downtown, but El Vino Tinto hace llueve los triples. It is raining three-pointers. Kubian goes to the bench. 34-point lead here for Vino Tinto. Well, currently the free throw line here for the Bahamas is Robert Nortman. Oh, no, excuse me, that is Bradley Nan. Bradley Nan, 2 for 6 from the field this evening. Can't miss a second free throw. 33-point lead now. Vargas with the ball in his hands. You see Venezuela, no need to rush anything here. They want to get a good look. Is now Cifuentes back in the ball game with Carrera. Mataran along with Miguel Ruiz, so complete change now. A foul has been called. That's the second team foul for the Bahamas here in the third quarter. Was wide open, he'll get the ball to him, but they find Miguel Ruiz. There's now Gregory Vargas. Vargas now looking for the penetration. Kicks out to Cifuentes. Finds Mataran, step back, three-pointer. Oh, baby! Again, una más. Hace llueve triples. Now it's 15 three-pointers. Venezuela are putting on a clinic at the moment. That's got to be an 8-second violation, surely. Another turnover. Cifuentes comes up with it. Well, one more three, surely. Mataran, number 16, doesn't get it. Mataran in the lane, and he'll lay that one up. And now it is a 38-point lead here to El Vino Tinto. Well, Jose Mataran, well, he is getting a good look here tonight for El Vino Tinto. 4:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Mix up. Go into a motion, okay? Set down spread. We can hit the post. We can go back door. We go two-man game. All right? Slow the game down. All right?
Well, it's about pride now for the Bahamas, because at the moment, Mataran making three-pointer number 15 for El Vino Tinto. That was a good pass by Cervantes. It's a very high release and a bit of a high arc he's got in that one. It comes down with snow when he hits the basket. The high altitude on his three-pointer, the rainbow three. Avoiding the 8-second violation again. Under the basket again, he missed a wide open look. Now the Venezuelans can make this a 40-point ball game, maybe a 41. The way they shoot three-pointers, you kind of expect them to go for the triple. Carrera now looking for the isolation. Carrera, contact, goes up with it, doesn't get it. It goes out of bounds. Now will be possession back to the Bahamas. Another three in the corner there for the Bahamas. Can't get it. The rebound from Mataran. Trying to push in transition. Find Carrera. Goes up. Gets the and one. Si, senor. Por favor. Oh, Carrera running the fast break like a wide receiver. Dime coming from Vargas. And that is transition showtime. Baloncesto. Venezolano. And look at the finish under the basket. That's what Michael Carrera does so well. Plays defense, gets out in transition, gets your rebounds. The complete professional basketball player. And makes the AM one. 41-point lead now to Vino Tinto. The Bahamas have completely lost their confidence. They got to play for pride and passion. For them, it's about dignity. Finishing this game on a high note. They got to pick themselves up. The body language says it all right now as Gibson checks into the game after just only turning the ball over. Vargas now finding Mataran. Mataran baseline, beautiful pass under the basket, gets rejected. Well, no into Casa. And Carrera has got to be careful because he might pick up a technical foul. What a block shot. Well, you got to love the defensive prowess there by Ahmed Pratt. I think a technical has been called. Well, Carrera thinks he's got it, but Pratt says no into Casa. Adios. And that's much better pride there from the Bahamas. Well, Bridgewater steps up to make the free throw, cutting it back down to a 40-point ball game. Norman now goes to the bench, take a breather. Finding Mataran now. Trying to go for it. Got to get a shot off. Carrera, three, puts it up, doesn't get it. Ruiz with the offensive rebound. Vino Tinto. Vargas almost gets his pocket pick. Good defense from Bridgewater. 5 seconds now. Kicks out. Goes in, Carrera hangs in the air, goes up, doesn't get it. Can't get the tip back. Ruiz fighting for the offensive rebound. Now the Bahamas showing a little bit more desire, a little bit more pride. Bridgewater goes in, gets blocked. He's out of bounds now, will be possession back to the Bahamas. Well, this is better now for the Bahamas, more aggressive. Again, showing that they finally got to turn up. Got some good players there on the team, but again, it's been tough for them when they're playing against a team with a lot of confidence like Venezuela. 3 minutes just over. Another deep three. Three is up, no good. Battling for the offensive rebound, but Mataran comes up with it. Vargas, what a dog, turns it over. Right idea, goes out of bounds. Now will be possession back to El Vino Tinto. Well, Carrera now. 15 on the shot clock, finding Vargas. Vargas going down the middle. Vargas going in with a little hook shot, can't get it. That goes out of bounds. That will be possession back to the Bahamas. The Bahamas now trying to build some identity here. Again, they showed a lot more aggression. Which one of their top scorer at the moment? Trying to put the moves on against Carrera. Goes in, doesn't get it. Vinotinto comes up with a loose ball. Kicks out Carrera. Another three. Puts it up front iron, can't get it. And maybe Venezuela gone a little bit cold now here. Tries a pump fake now in the lane. There's a kick out. Another three. Three is up and much better play. Well, the penetration to kick out led to an open three for Pratt in the corner. Again, simply moving the ball, trying to draw the defense away from each other, getting those open looks. Minute 45 to go. Carrera's had a bit of a frustrated night here this evening. Trying to go for the post up. Kicks out. Another three. Three is up. They've missed the last three three-pointers. We continue to go for the offensive rebounds. Cefante's double crossover. Finds Ruiz. Ruiz goes in and finally gets a bucket. I think they went 2 minutes without scoring, but they have 88 points heading into the fourth quarter so far. Mataran just putting his hand in the cookie jar, preventing the lob. Here for the Bahamas under the basket, goes up and just finishes that one easily. Finding those gaps, flashing into the corners. It's about pride for the Bahamas. They got to mentally stay in this one. One more quarter to go. And all the fans can ask back home as they play with the passion. That's much better, putting their hands in the passing lanes. Vargas finding Carrera. Carrera pump face, goes up, gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Carrera not going to argue with the referees on that one. He's already picked up one technical foul. I don't think he wants to get into any more trouble. I don't think he was too thrilled with that foul, of course. Makes the first free throw. Makes them both 90 points in 3 quarters for El Vinotinto. 39-point lead for the Venezuelans. The Bahamas just avoiding the 8-second violation. Trying to put the moves on against Carrera. Good defense. Turns it over. A foul has been committed. That's going to be another 2 free throws for El Vinotinto. So Cefantes will go to the free throw line. Time Venezuela put on that full court press against the Bahamas. They always seem to struggle to break it down. Well, Cefantes has had a good game so far here this evening. 7. He has 11 points at the moment. But you got to understand, it's been the perimeter shooting that really has been the separator between these two teams. 15 for 30 from downtown for El Vinotinto. And another turnover for the Bahamas. And it is just going from bad to worse. Cefantes in the corner. 7 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Vargas now got it heavily. Pulls up, three-pointer, front iron, doesn't get it. Bahamas go for another three. A three is up, way off the mark, and that's not going to count it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one more quarter left, but as it stands, Venezuela lead by 41 points, 92 points in 3 quarters. Well, they won't know yet if they've qualified for the FIBA World Cup because they have to wait to see how results go for Canada and Argentina, also Dominican Republic and Panama. But 92 points in 3 quarters, you gotta understand that is a phenomenal stat line for any basketball team. Well, here are some of the key highlights. Kubian hitting 2 3-pointers in the early stage of the 3rd quarter. Venezuela have gone a little bit quiet so far here in the 3rd, but again, they have been completely dominating this game from start to finish. The Bahamas showing a little bit more resolve at the end of the 3rd quarter, being a little bit more competitive, but Venezuela winning this quarter by 11 points, obviously up by 30 points at the end of the 1st half. Carrera, of course, having a very tough night. Picking up 1 technical foul at the moment. It has been a very interesting game, of course, the perimeter shooting. There is Courtside 1891. Subscribe to get all the best live streams for this summer's Women's FIBA Eurobasket. And, of course, the FIBA World Cup that will be happening later in the summer. You can watch it all live on Courtside 1891. 41-point lead here to Vino Tinto. Deep 3 from the Bahamas. And again, starting the 4th quarter off on a positive mark. Hitting an early tray ball, cutting it down to 38 points. And Carrera goes in, gets the and 1, and he'll go to the free throw line for the 3-point play. Too big and strong. Making the 3-point play, putting it back to a 41-point ball game. Michael Carrera now. Maybe Venezuela going a little bit cold for the perimeter. They lack from the perimeter. What they say they lack, what they've gone off a little bit. Well, Hazel Gijan's back in the game. Corner now, another 3. 3 is up. Carrera, the offensive rebound, pump fakes, goes up. Another foul. Michael Carrera will go back to the free throw line. Well, 2 free throws here for Michael Carrera. Well, he is a warrior. Anytime you have him on the floor, he plays a variety of positions here for both the clubs and the when he plays for Vino Tinto. Well, originally from Barcelona, Venezuela, played at the University of South Carolina, went to Montrose Christian School in Maryland. Well, just missing both free throws. Traveling violation, I think, points. Well, maybe 1-2 week spin outs there. Well, the Bahamas, again, they just got to try and finish this quarter on a strong note and be very collective. The stronger they can finish this game, the more things they can learn and pick up going into the FIBA America qualifiers, which will begin next after the World Cup, of course, when we come back from Japan, as Carrera goes for another deep three-pointer way off the mark. Gratero gets a rebound. And Carrera goes up. No foul call, but he finishes. Mobile, hostile. That is Michael Carrera. Good hands on defense by Hazel Gijens. Bridgewater now. Had the hot hand going for the Bahamas. Goes for a step back three-point. Puts it up, can't get it. Carrera with a big rebound. Carrera now down the middle. No foul called. He's just, again, he is, as they would say in Spanish, está muy confundido. I don't think he wants to pick up another technical, so he's not going to argue with the referees. Carrera now is going to leave the bench. They're going to need him for the next game, so probably to prevent him from picking up an injury. Zamora checks in, catches shoot from the three-pointer. Well, they have gone cold since Mataran made that last triple. Goes in again, a beautiful little Iceman finger roll by Roll. Roll with the finger roll. And reaching out, tries to bully his way in the basket. Mataran made the last three, fell Vino Tinto, and again, Venezuela. Life is a lot different when they struggle to make the three-pointers. Now got to find other ways. Eugene now, going to give this one up, finding a few seconds left. Another three. Three is up. Finally, well, they couldn't stay cold forever. Well, Martinez gets it to go again for El Vino Tinto. That is number 16. Well, what do we have here? Mataran pump fakes, goes up, and again he finishes that one. 102 points for Venezuela. I think it was a incidental elbow to the nose. Not much in it, of course. And there's the bucket. Well, he just jumps in the air again. You can't call him a foul for that one. You know, Bradley Ned is just trying to jump in the ball in case it rims out. There's no intent there. We got a timeout. Possession will go back to the Bahamas when they come back.
Let's play 7 minutes of sound basketball. Okay? So we can walk on the air with our hands high. We execute down the stretch. Okay? 7 minutes of sound basketball. Come on. Let's go.
Well, there you heard the words from the coach. 7 minutes of solid basketball. Play together, get through the storm, and build for the future. For the Bahamas, they got a bright future, some talented players. For them, it's about looking forward to the FIBA America qualifiers, and they can compete, they can get there. But they got to get through tonight. They got to finish this on a strong note. They got to be together, collective, as a unit. Now they're trying to break the full court pressure. Baseline goes up. Foul is going to be called on Martinez. So Nam will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Nam has probably made contact again, but incidental, of course. Well, no, nothing there, of course, nothing. That's a strong move, and that's a great way to draw the contact to get to the free throw line. Missed the free throw. 46-point lead here for Vino Tinto. Oh, hits the second one now. Well, this is better now for the Bahamas, trying to put a bit of full court pressure against the backcourt of the Venezuelan players. There's Guillet now with the ball in his hands. Crossing over. Hazel looking to kick this one out, looking for options. 7 now here for Venezuela. Well, Martinez tries a three, and he puts it up, can't get it. But that throw, offensive rebound, he'll go back up with it. That's what I'm talking about with the Bahamas. They got to be a little bit more aggressive. Keep Venezuela off the rebounds. And that's another turnover, and that's going to go back to the home team. Bridgewater trying to play up tempo. Couldn't keep the ball under control. Now Guillen with the rock in his hands. We'll find it. Martinez, pump fakes, goes up with it. Too easy. Will send the boat flying into the VIP section. Now it's a 49-point lead for Venezuela. Trying to post up here now. Look at that isolation. Good after all. Contact, no foul called. This time the foul is called. That's going to be the second team foul against Venezuela. Fresh 14 now for the Bahamas. Look for another three. Three is up, way off the mark. Venezuela not trying to take the foot off the pedal. Want to keep on the pressure. Guillen almost losing it, getting it back. Throws in the block here to Martinez. Trying to post up now. Zamora had the three-point. He'd go for it, but why did he not shoot the ball? Very uncanny of Yonan Zamora. Again, another three-point in transition. Well, that's much better for the Bahamas. Trying to get out. As Heza Guillen will take it. Heza Guillen nails it. El Stephen Curry Venezolano. Well, when he played for Guaras de Lara, would make three-pointers all over the Americas. In Central, South, and North America, for that matter. It goes up, and Guillen says no in Mikasa. Well, Hazler with the blockeo. The foul is going to be called against Mataran. Yonan Zamora will go to the bench, take a breather. The free throw has been made. Well, currently the free throw line is Ahmad Pratt, who had that phenomenal block against Mike Carrera in the first half. Well, he has 12 points. Well, top scorer for the Bahamas currently still is Dominic Bridgewater. Ahmad Pratt now moves up to 13, second top scorer here for the visitors. Under 5 minutes to go, still a 47-point ball game. Venezuela a little bit too overzealous in that possession. Roll now, coming off one screen, kicking this one out. Trying to get something going here on the offense. Push down, the big man loses control of it. 5 seconds on the shot clock here for the Bahamas. Well, the Bahamas got to get it inbound. Right, turnover now. Grataro has it. Has Guillen with him. On baseline now, Cefantes. Grataro goes in, and what a block. That's going to be a foul. I think they're trying to say they should count there, of course, I believe. So, yeah, the 2 points will count. So, no foul. Goaltending violation. He was on his way down. It's a hell of a block, though. And again, that's the kind of defense you play, even though it doesn't go in your favor. The coach is going to love the effort, of course. Pulls up the mid-range. Can he get it? Front iron, tip back, much better there. Going in for second chances. And that is Livingston Munnings. That's his second field goal of the game. He now moves up to 4 points. Guillen crosses over. Kicks out. Cifuentes had the three-pointer. Martinez, he tries another one. Way off the mark, can't get it. Vino Tinto, 17 for 39 from the perimeter here this evening. They've shot the ball fantastically here tonight. Pulls up in the mid-range, takes it, doesn't get the and one. He gets a foul, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Substitution again here for the Bahamas. As Robert Norman leaves the game, coming in as Roosevelt Wiley, who's only played 7 minutes so far here this evening. 2 free throws again here for Bradley Nan. Well, it's all about confidence for the Bahamas. Finishing this game on a strong note, taking everything they can. Pride going into the FIBA America qualifiers. Guillen now usually would take these three-pointers, but an offensive foul. They're going to call an offensive foul against Windy Grataro, I believe. And that's interesting. Well, the Bahamas now with a chance to keep chipping into deficit. Under 3 minutes to go. Venezuela with complete control of this one. Another three. Three is up. No good. Well, they got runners. And again, no look pass. Finding Martinez, and he'll lay that one up. Well, the ball didn't even touch the floor as Vino Tinto just gets it up. The assist coming from Hazel Guillen. Well, that is assist number 29 for Venezuela. Venezuela with no more fouls to give. Bahamas in the penalty. Guillen comes up with it. Guillen now finds Grataro. Grataro goes in. And where was the help side defense? Somebody reported missing person to the police. Nowhere to be seen. Point lead. Bahamas trying to muscle something up here. Another three-pointer coming off the screen. Well, he is lighting it up. Well, he's playing with confidence. He's hit a few threes here tonight. Well, that's the 8th three-pointer for the Bahamas. Guillen now making the last one here for Vino Tinto. Trying to put the moves on. There's a kick out. Cifuentes has hit a few threes tonight. Doesn't get that one. Under a minute and a half to go. Venezuela just trying to get over to the final hurdle. Remember, they have to see how results go between Canada and Argentina to see if they qualify. Trying to put the post moves on, trying to force his way, doesn't get it. And now Vino Tinto, but no need to rush. It's a minute to go here. Hazel Guillen. Mataran tries another one. It's a back iron, can't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game it's been so far. Vino Tinto really have set the standard here tonight. And there's the foul. Just a phenomenal performance. Missed free throw coming from the Bahamas. Consolation now for Bradley Nan. 9 points, can make a 10-point total for him if he can make this one. Does just that. Cutting it down to a 45-point deficit. Well, they have to wait just a little bit longer and maybe even wait till the next game. They have to play Canada here at home, which if the results don't go in their favor, and they defeat Canada at home, they will qualify. Now, qualification isn't automatic yet. Remember, Canada and Dominican Republic, Argentina and Dominican Republic have to play later on. No doubt these fans will be hitting the bars. It should be a 24-second violation, but I think they're just going to let this one run out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Venezuela gana una otra vez, 115-70 against the Bahamas. What a game it was. And now, tenemos que esperar. What will happen between Argentina and Canada? What will happen between Panama and Dominican Republic? One more game to go. But if results go in their favor later tonight, the Venezuelan fans, they will have a fiesta. They'll be bailandoing all over the streets of Caracas here tonight. We will find out momentarily, but what a game it was. 150 points here for El Vino Tinto. Phenomenal performance from the Venezuelans. Well, big performance. El Vino Tinto, maybe a few hours or maybe one more game for qualifying for the 2023 FIBA World Cup. We'll find out. We'll show you some stats and some highlights. Well, there you can see 17 three-pointers to Venezuela, 24 field goals from inside the rainbow, 16 for 21 from the free throw line. And El Vino Tinto really did set the standard here tonight. Just too much here. The Bahamas, talented team, but Bridgewater 16 points, Pratt with 16, Nam with 10, while Cubiana Mataram with a combined total of 32. Colmenares with 14. Now they'll wait and hope the Canadians will go to Argentina, win tonight. Well, here are the some of the key highlights from this game, of course. Well, what a game it was in the end. Well, there you can see Canada still in, obviously have qualified already undefeated. They must play Argentina later tonight. Dominican Republic taking on Panama. So Venezuelan fans just have to wait a little bit longer. But if they don't qualify tonight, they'll be playing Canada here in a few days. Well, we thank you for joining us here in Poliedro de Caracas. But for now, it is buenas noches. We'll see you soon. But here you can take a look at some of the teams already qualified from the Americas.